Welcome. When you have sore knees or knees that have arthritis in them, you can have a lot of discomfort, and it can be hard to do daily simple tasks like walking out to the mailbox to get the day's mail. So this practice today is to help strengthen the muscles around the knees, and particularly we want to strengthen the quadriceps, the muscles at the top of the thighs, but we also want to pay attention to the hamstrings, which run from the back of the knee up to the pelvis, as well as the muscles in the hips. So we'll start seated today. Find yourself in a chair, right, to begin to work on the knees, right? And take a moment to rock side to side on your sits bones, create a little more connection with the chair. Have your feet flat. You want to have knees over ankles. Close your eyes for a moment and just sense what's happening in your knees and notice any sensation there. And then opening your eyes, let's begin to bring some circulation to the legs. So lifting one foot, take some nice slow circles. The knee, right, can be pretty much straight or just slightly bent, and then circle the other way. We want to point and flex the foot a little bit, so we're working not only the muscles of the feet, but the calves. Let's do that with the other foot. So setting that foot down, lift the other foot, and take some circles, point and flex. Right. Just looking to begin to bring some circulation into the lower area and around that knee. And then set that foot down. Let's now begin to work the knee joint a little bit. So I like to hold the back of my thigh and lift it and circle the lower leg, so you're making little circles. There is a little side-to-side motion in the knee, pretty much it just moves forward and back. It's a hinge joint. Let's circle the other way. Maybe a couple circles in each direction. Set that leg down. Notice what you're feeling in your quadriceps, and let's do the same thing with the other leg. We'll lift it, just some nice, slow, gentle, easy circles. Make sure you go both directions. You feel free to switch. Couple in one direction, a couple in the other. And then set that leg down. All right, let's now begin to work on strengthening the quads. So holding the sides of your chair for support, you're going to lift one thigh, take the leg out to the side, back to center, and down. Let's do it again with this leg. So lift, out to the side, center, and down. The tendency is to begin to round in the back, so make sure you stay tall and engage your abs. So let's do 2 more times. Inhale, lift, keep the low belly strong, to the side, back, center, and down. And last time, lift to the side, center, and down. Good, give that thigh a little bit of a rub. You may feel those muscles moving. You're certainly always welcome to do more than 4. That's just the starting place here. And we'll do the other leg. So we're gonna lift, out to the side, center, down, lift to the side, center, and down. 2 more, lift, out, center, and down. Make sure you're still breathing and not holding your breath. And give that thigh a nice rub. All right, so to strengthen the muscles in the hips and the outer parts of the thighs, right, let's make 2 fists and bringing your fists together, bring them between your thighs. You want it just above the knee. We don't want to press into the knee because that can be painful, right? Feet are about hip distance apart. Take a breath in, and as you exhale and engage your core, press your knees towards one another. The hands will keep them from touching. You can always use your yoga block here too. As you inhale, release that pressure, and do that again. If you have arthritis in your hands, release. We're going to do that 2 more times. Right, you might want to put like a thick book here if you don't own a yoga block, so that you don't cause any distress to your hands. Good. And let's do 1 more for good measure. So pressing in, you'll notice the knees aren't moving a whole lot. And release. Good, release, shake out your hands. And now to work the muscles along the outer part of the thigh, right, a little bit more, and as well as these inner muscles. We're going to bring the hands to the outside of the thighs, again, right above the knees. And this time you're going to press your knees outward and resist with the hands. And do that a couple of times. You can work with the breath right? Exhaling as you push out, as you engage those core muscles. And after you've done that maybe 4 or 5 times, relax, release. Again, shake out any tension from your arms, rub all along the knees, and then take a moment to sit with your eyes softened or closed and notice, how are the knees feeling? How are the quads and the upper legs? How are the hips feeling? All right, open your eyes. Let's come to standing. And I invite you to come to the right side of your chair so you can use the chair for support. You're always welcome to use a wall if you don't have a chair available or if that's more comfortable. Right? And we're going to be moving the outer leg, right? So that's the right leg in this case. But the left leg is going to be working just as hard. So as you come to standing, take that outer right leg and begin to swing it back and forth. The foot may brush against the floor a little bit, but let the leg be heavy here. Notice that standing leg has to support, and then come to stillness at center. And shift your weight back into both feet. Notice how there's that shifting of the weight. Now we're going to do some exercises to work the muscles of the quads and the hips. So standing tall on your left leg, we're going to inhale the right leg out to the side. Toes are pointed forward, and then bring it back down to the floor. Let's do that 3 more times. Lift and lower, lift, come back to center, and last time. Good, now we're going to take the leg behind us. So the tendency would be to lean forward. Try not to do that. Try and keep your torso centered, right? And lift the leg behind you. And do that like 4 or 5 times. Right? You may have to build up to more repetitions depending upon what's happening in your body. Then come to stillness. Again, weight on both feet as you take a moment's rest. And notice there's a lot of work going on in this left hip. Now we're going to be bending the knee. So as we bend this knee, we're going to lift it, and you might lift it just a little, depends on how your knee feels, or you can certainly bring it as high as your hip. And let's do that a couple of times. You're going to lift and lower. Notice how the quad has to work, so it tightens. And one more time. Good, and now for the opposite movement, we're going to kick the foot back as if we were trying to kick ourselves, all right? So we're going to bend the knee and kick the foot back. And let's do that 4 or 5 times. You'll notice I'm not counting per se here, so you might do more or less. That's fine. And one more for good measure. Good, shift into both feet, right? Notice what's happening in both legs. All right, before we move to the other side, let's do one more activity. We're going to do a curtsy sequence. So bring your hand to your waist so it's out of the way, and you're going to lift that outer leg, toes pointed forward. I want you to bring it across in front to the toes and bend your knees as if you were doing a little curtsy. Then inhale out to the side and take it behind and curtsy. Let's do that 2 more times. Curtsy in front, out to the side, curtsy in back. Last one. Right. The next time you bring your foot out to the side, can you hold it there? Take 2 more breaths. Feel how the standing leg's really working. Notice if you're leaning, try and stay up tall, and then release that leg down. Woo! Let's shake out that standing leg. Really feel that. We're going to take a short walk to the other side and repeat that sequence on this side. So start standing, right? Hold on to the chair for support. And now it's the left leg that's going to do that swinging back and forth, front and back. Sometimes I like to do this standing on the lowest step of a staircase where you can hold on to the banister or the wall. Do that one more time, right? And then the foot floats freely and come back to center. All right, we're gonna work with our out to the side. So as you inhale, you're gonna lift that leg out to the side and back to center. Let's do that a couple more times. Out. Notice what happens. Try not to lock the standing knee. Right? A lot of pressure on that leg. And come back. Now we'll take the leg back. Remember, we don't want to lean forward, so just lift the leg back. and try not to lean forward. 2 more times. Good. Now we're going to bend the knee to 90 degrees. So as we bend it, or anywhere in between, and then down, bending and lifting so the quads are working. So all of these exercises are helping to strengthen the muscles that support our knees. So important to do, even if, right, you have arthritis or you're working towards a knee replacement. We're going to now bend the knee back and lift the heel. Again, you don't have to bend the knee all the way. It could be a very small bend. Right? Feel how the calf muscles are working as well as the quads. And then come back to center. We're going to work with our curtsy now. So taking left leg out to the side, you're going to bring it in front, and a little curtsy here, out to the side, and in back. 2 more. Side, front, side, and back, side to the front, almost done, side to the back, and now taking it out to the side, hold it, toes pointed forward. Right. Again, the tendency is to lean here, so try and stay upright and be lifting from the hip so that this hip is working too. And then release that down. Ooh, let's shake out that leg, both legs. Maybe take a little walk around your chair to relieve any tension, and come back to seated in your chair. And after all that hard work, let's now bring some soothing and healing energy to our hips and thighs and knees. So rubbing your hands together, create some heat here. Right? Prana, we call it in yoga. That's life force. And as your hands get warm, bring them to where you need. So you might start at the hips, right, or even towards the low back if your low back is right, been activated here. And feel that warmth. Let your hands remain there as long as you need to, or do a little massaging if that feels good. And as you feel that heat going away, rub your hands again. And find another spot, maybe your thighs, or you want to work the hamstrings. Your hands can stay still or move a little. I find circular motions can be really soothing, and they help with circulation. Let's do that one more time. This time we're really going to focus on our knees, so bring your hands to your knees. Allow your hands to rest there for a few moments. If you feel that heat, and then take some nice circular movements around the kneecap, soothing that area. And then relaxing, close your eyes for a moment. Notice how your lower body is feeling. And so I hope that this short practice for strengthening around the knees helps you with any knee pain that you're experiencing. I always love to hear your feedback, so be sure to email me or leave a comment. Have a wonderful time practicing. I'll see you again soon. Namaste.